Welcome back to Two Homers and a Realist. We are on location in the back of Lucas's house on this gorgeous patio. You may notice it's a little grainy. It's not grainy, it's the heat signature. It's a solo stove attempts to set us all on fire. I'm Steve.
Lucas.
Connor.
Jay.
And we got a lot to talk about because it is Tennessee week, boys, and
Spooky.
it is the week of the spooks. They're going all
Best road game ever been to.
yeah.
Yep. Definitely.
Yeah, no.
And we're not gonna make this one.
3 of the 4 of us went.
I wish I would have.
Although we didn't know Connor then.
And I wish I would be making
Who's
this
there?
one now. I knew Connor then.
You did.
I just
You were
wasn't
close.
with him.
Yep.
So it is kind of spooky because we don't know where the Sooners are going to be. We don't know what the Sooners are going to end up with. We don't know what team we're going to get week in and week out, apparently. And so all of that is in the mix and sort of toying with our emotions, much like we're in a haunted house or something. And there's just another jump scare around the corner every time the offense takes the field. So let's kind of jump into it. I don't know if we've got anything to talk about specific on the Ole Miss game. If we're just going to put that one behind us. Disappointment. I think that I'll throw out a thought. The more I watch it, look at it, think about it, the more I am on players and not coaches. But I'm not giving the coaches a pass. Wrote a post this week about why I think Brent Venables should not be fired. And that's a work in process still, though. That was part of my point. So what are you guys' thoughts on that? Thoughts on the idea that it's a lot of player error, not a lot of coaching error per se?
I think what you said, I mean, re-listening to what you guys spoke about in the post game.
Where were you for the post game?
I was at a lovely, lovely T-ball end of season party.
Did they? A party, not a game.
No, it was a celebratory meeting.
We're talking about parties. Parties. We're talking about parties.
Parties
The
here?
games.
Talking about parties?
We're talking about parties.
We partied too. Those 5-year-olds got down. Steve, you brought up a really good point, and it was something that I felt after the game, and you articulated it well on the podcast. Is the goal right now obviously still is, and Lucas, you'll scoff, but the goal is conference title and make the playoff and a national championship. That goal never changes, right? You're still seeking that. There's still a chance that we get to
All that's
the playoff.
still ahead of us.
4 wins in a row will get you to the playoffs.
My concern is that's not. It would take maybe even a little less than that. I think we get away with one more.
4 wins, we're probably in the SEC
4
title.
wins, definitely. What I'm worried about is really similar to what you said on the post game. Is I just feel like we're a tier below right now, regardless if we make those 2 out of the 3 of those goals, even if it's making conference championship, which I don't think we will. So let's just say we make the playoff. Somehow win out, go 10-2, even maybe 9-3, and make the playoff. This doesn't look like a team that is at that upper echelon of teams that are winning national
I
championships.
think it'd be very matchup dependent once the playoffs. If we made the playoffs.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess if you
for
could get
sure.
it to shake out like that,
For sure.
but I mean, you still have to anticipate you're going to meet someone like an Ohio State or an Oregon or
Got a defense that would destroy your
a
offense.
Georgia or just I mean,
I don't even know what it would take, what the wrong matchup might be. Any of those might be the right matchup
right.
with this team. I mean, one of the better defenses we played in South Carolina, we had our best offensive performance against
On the road.
and on the road. And then we play a weaker Ole Miss defense, and we really looked out of sorts. So I don't know. I do
It's
think it
frustrating.
matters on the matchup. You just don't know what the right matchup would be. I mean, we don't know about a lot of these teams. We know a lot more about the interleague play in each league, but once those leagues start to play against each other, you may be like eyes might come wide
You're
open.
Really surprised.
It might be really
I
surprising.
think Ohio State didn't exactly light up the Texas defense.
No,
So
I mean, and it's crazy to say, but in all honesty, like Indiana may be the best team in the country right now,
Right.
which is wild.
just absurd.
Or they maybe just steal.
Or they may
Google
just
Skull.
not be. Yeah, exactly. So, and that's the thing too is coming out of the South Carolina game, coming out of the Ole Miss game, regardless of what happens this weekend, I mean, we could win this game this weekend and still not know what this team is
What's frustrating
because
for
we're
me
so
is
inconsistent.
it looks like we're gonna learn from our mistakes from Texas, and we roll into South Carolina, and just do what's working, take what's working, run the football. And then we come back and we reverted to like our Texas game plan or what led us up to it.
Mm.
So now it's hard to figure out, well, are we going to learn again and go back to let's pound the rock, let's take what's there, and the offense is moving the ball and gets enough points and the defense gets to rest, etc. And you actually do beat Tennessee that way? Or have we just not learned at all from our mistakes?
But to Steve's point, it may come down to just we had more opportunities to make plays down the field or make different types of plays against Ole Miss, and it came down to execution. And John Mateer and or anyone else couldn't make the plays that they should have been able to make because
And the play
they
call
were
was
there.
there.
They were
But
there.
it feels like against South Carolina, he didn't have to make many plays.
That's because the running game was going, and that's gonna be my point about this Ole Miss loss. Looking back, I didn't rewatch the whole thing because it was gonna make me too mad. But seeing a bunch of clips, the offensive line made mistakes or just got blown up. I mean,
There's a couple blown up.
there's a picture where the center's like
Honest,
literally
butt.
getting knocked on his ass 3 yards deep.
Yeah, that was
And
bad.
then you've got guys that on running plays near the goal line right after the fourth down that they bungled, and we had the ball in the 25, and we ended up losing 10 yards on that drive. It was just bad offensive line play. But Mateer's missing guys that are open on 3rd and 4s, and he's looking 15 yards down the field, which we've talked about. We do want to throw the ball down the field more, but on a 3rd and 4, you're just looking to get
Yeah,
6 or
not
7
at the
yards.
expense of
Right,
the first down.
Right.
Right.
So a lot of that is on Mateer, but not running Robinson in the 3rd and 4th quarter. The 4th quarter specific.
Yeah, late in the fourth
So
quarter.
He touched the ball twice in the last 9 minutes.
we had 100.
That's
We had
awful.
190 yards of offense in the second half. He accounted for 126, I believe, and he was it 2 touches in the final
Two
9.5
touchdowns,
minutes.
yeah, 2 touchdowns in 9.5 minutes. And you've got the game in your hands to try to win it a couple times there in the last 8 minutes. Of the
And
game.
even down
Instead of
8,
the game.
even down 8, there was what 4 minutes left, maybe 4.5 minutes.
Yeah,
We had the ball.
right, about right at 4.
We
Right,
went
two.
into kind of panic mode
Mhm.
where it's just like throw. You still have the
Plenty
whole,
of time.
the whole rest
You're
of the game
looking for one
literally
score,
to run the football.
especially when they're giving you a front you
and
can
they're
run
going to
against.
give you runs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we did against Auburn when we went down 17-16.
Yeah.
We mixed it up and ran and passed to go down the field to win the game in the 4th quarter. In the Michigan game, you got a 1-score game, I think, and we take that huge 8-minute drive or whatever and take all the time off the clock. And then this time you're just, let's not do that. Let's just throw.
And being down 8,
So that part's on our bucket.
not only are they going to let you run, you probably want to run because you want to score with basically no time left on the clock.
Right.
If you're going to tie it, if you're going for a tie.
They got caught in no man's land where it's either, yes, you want to score really quick and if you miss the 2-point conversion, get the ball back with time to score, or you want to wait and say, we're going to roll the dice on 1 2-point conversion to get this thing tied. But they really weren't figuring out what they wanted to do between the two. I think that game and that situation caught up to Arbuckle real fast. Like, I think everything is the speed of the game, the defense, intensity, talent, all of that is exposing Arbuckle's youth and inexperience, as well as maybe even more so John Mateer. And so I think that was a moment that was critical to say, and I have a lot of faith that Arbuckle can be good and be real good. It's just he's young and he's not there yet, and he's only been with this offense for 8 games. That was 7+ in the moment, and only for whatever it's been 9 months.
Yeah, they go hand in hand too, right? Like Arbuckle's inexperience is complemented by, or compliment is not the
No, it's
right word,
complimented
but it's
in a bad way.
Yeah, years of running this offense. This
Yeah,
isn't his
but-
first year in the offense.
but not
Not
at
against
this
these
level
defense.
and not under these high stress, high impact moments that we're facing week in and week out, where you can look up and down the schedule. Once you get an SEC play, as we've seen outside of the Texas game, outside of the South Carolina game to an extent, you're going to be in 1 to 2 score games in the 4th quarter where you can be fighting for a win or fighting to keep a lead.
Because as bad as we played, you're down a point in the 4th quarter.
Right.
when we fumbled.
Yeah, we had every
The
opportunity.
kick return. I
We were
mean,
down by 5.
No, we're down by 5.
okay, so, okay,
But
but
down-
still,
down
you're
less than a
down
touchdown.
one possession.
Less than a
Yeah,
touchdown.
as bad as we have played, it's one
Mhm.
possession.
Mm-hmm.
There's 7 minutes to go in the game or something. We fumbled the
Yeah,
football.
I mean, it's 22-10 at halftime, and then you spend the third quarter coming back, and then
You do come back.
Yeah.
You come all the way
you
back.
come all the way back.
And you take the lead.
Yep.
Yeah, just very, very frustrating. So one of the things I think that is getting exposed is the fact that we don't have a lot of continuity on offense. And so listener Mike, sometimes guest on the pod, he texted us some stats. He rewatched the entire game. He broke it down for us. But he also pointed out some interesting facts. And one is that if you look at the first 2 years of Brent Venable's recruiting of players, there are only 2 guys on offense from those first 2 years, if I had that right from what he sent. There are 13 on defense. So there's other guys, and I don't think that counts Kanik, who was a defensive player.
No, the defense hasn't had turnover in coaches.
No, well, no, they had turnover in coaches, but they also there was a recruiting focus coming out of.
Quasi, yeah.
So there was a recruiting focus where they were basically putting defense top
At the forefront.
at the forefront, and so 2 guys from the first 2 BV classes even playing on offense. And of the guys on offense, there are just basically 4 left on the team from the 2023 class on the entire team. You're losing that continuity that you need, and not to mention the turnover at offensive coordinator, and then maybe necessary but unmet need of turnover at assistant coaching. So it's kind of
guys
the
on the
worst of
offensive
both.
line are injured too.
Well, I don't think it's
Right.
the same. There's only 2 that are
Right, there's only 2 that are actually
Yeah.
playing. Yeah, and so you've got the guys from the 2025 class, Basu Sifo, Jay Blaylock, Mateer, Simmons, Gibson, Lewis, Makula, Satania, Kent. They're getting real minutes. So it's a young team together. Not to count Ott even. You got Ott out there somewhere. I
Who?
guess he's a guy that practices
He touched the field this
occasionally.
He didn't, did he?
He
No.
did not, no. So he's like done. That which is a sad story altogether, because where does he go next, right? So that lack of
Georgia.
content.
Yeah,
No,
Georgia
Runs
next
for
year.
1,400 yards
Phillips
next year.
next year.
no, I think he's a senior.
Yeah.
This is it.
I don't know if he's played 4 games.
Oh, will he
Yeah,
really
but
redshirt?
Yeah, I think he may be right.
Michigan, maybe he is in that. Maybe he is going to read redshirt. Temple?
I don't know if he played at Temple.
He played Texas.
Played Texas and played.
Well, what game what in Michigan where he fumbled on the 2-yard line?
Yeah,
Michigan.
He didn't play South Carolina, did he?
I don't think he did.
I don't know. Maybe somebody look that up. But so maybe that. I mean, I kind of hope for his sake, one or the other either comes back at OU and has a chance, or goes somewhere, because it's sad, but it's also frustrating because I think exactly, and it's part of. And you're going to have that. You're going to have guys that you swing and a miss. You get it all the time in the pros, but you don't put all your eggs in one basket. I'm not saying they did that, but you sort of accidentally did that when you don't have
I'd rather
the
still have
depth
Sawchuck.
that you have. Yeah, the depth
I
that
know
you
so
could
Tommy
have.
Walker.
Yep.
But would it matter
With this offensive line, I think it would matter though.
Oh, Walker might.
I mean, would it matter with DeMarco?
No,
It's fair.
he hated Tommy Walker.
So I
Probably
just don't know,
did.
and that's part of the frustration there
If you had a
as far as
Walker
that
and
goes.
Robinson backfield
Oh yeah,
and supplemented some passing plays with Blaylock, that would be awesome.
I think that'd be really strong.
Because Tommy Walker would make people miss in the backfield when
Well,
the
he'd
line,
break
when the line got
tackles
blown up.
blown
Blowed up.
Yeah. When
Bloated.
the line got blown up, probably could still make 2 people miss and get 6.
Yeah, I mean, he was always falling forward.
Yeah, that's a nice attribute for sure. Well, speaking of guys, we talk about odds, talking about coming back. It looks like it's very, very likely Mateer's coming back. What do you guys think about that? Do you think he'll come back? Is there any controversy of that prediction?
I mean, unless he has an amazing
No
next 4
controversy.
games,
No controversy.
then I mean,
He
we talked about Quinn Ewers
he
getting
couldn't
drafted
even have
in the 5th
he
round.
couldn't have 4 games
I mean, he could throw for 350 and
I still
three
think he'd
touchdowns
be
each game and no pick, and
He'd still be back
maybe he'd be a third round.
Would he be back if
because they can't overlook.
All right.
They can't overlook all
4
other
games, SEC title, and
Run through the playoff.
run through the playoffs?
Okay,
Would
maybe-
is that what it would take?
Maybe not.
Yeah,
That's what it would take.
But it would require him, not just us winning those games, him reading all the right reads and
Well,
throwing
yeah.
all through.
He would have to fundamentally change.
Oh no, I don't mean just winning the games. I mean him looking really,
Yeah, he'd have to
really good.
fundamentally change how he plays the game
Yeah.
of football.
well, we talked afterwards. I said, Quinn Ewers was a 5th rounder. Would you want Quinn Ewers or John Mateer on your team right now? And I'd take Ewers over.
I would
Oh,
take
hell yeah.
yours right now.
Definitely.
So
It's not even-
if you're John Mateer and you're
Texas would take yours
if
right
you're
now.
a 5th rounder,
Yeah.
then
Yes, they would.
You're definitely
Well, and last week too, before the injury.
because you're going to make more money on NIL than you would as a 5th rounder.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And project yourself higher
Right.
because I'm sure he thinks, and he probably can, it's probably realistic to think he's going to be better. So I think it's good that he's coming back. Anybody have a different opinion on
I
that?
think it's good.
Be better.
I'm weary. I think he will be better. It's just like you've got to really trust that the year of reps that he gets in the SEC are going to mean something where he can learn from it. Because
I do think they mean something.
I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying like you really hope that manifests into a hardcore lessons learned at the end of the season to say here's where we need to focus and being able to implement those changes. Because I mean it's not easy to go and just take a turn and be a completely different quarterback. I mean, he's very experienced. It's not like he's a true freshman playing, right? It's not like he's someone who's being molded. Like this guy has been molded in this offense for 3 years. He's gonna have to fix some stuff internally to really be able to go out and do what he needs to do.
Well, some of the adjustments might be taking what's there, and he just hadn't had to.
But
do
also
that.
take risks. Like take risks in terms of not flushing out and
Well, I think he
staying
took
in the
different
pocket.
risks.
Pockets.
I think he took different risks at Washington State and could create more than what he
For sure.
could now,
Yeah, he can run easier against those.
and that's a
Opponents.
learning curve for him.
But he could pass out of the pocket a lot easier too.
Yeah.
Like he wants to pass out of the pocket or outside of the pocket way too much.
Way too much.
When
Yeah.
you've got to get used to, you've got 1.5 to 2.5 seconds in the pocket where you need to figure out where you're going to
It wouldn't
go with the ball.
it wouldn't hurt to do the same type of adjustments too that we had to do for Baker and Kyler, where you give them windows.
Right.
You adjust your line blocking
Yeah.
for them to see.
He's got to take it too, though.
But he's got to take it. I think a lot of it is just him knowing and having comfort in this is available, this is what I can do, and I'm going to make it happen. And I think he can get there. But whatever it is, it's been breaking in him because he wasn't as foot happy, gonna run out of the pocket, run for dear life as he seemed, I don't think, early in the season as he is now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it was just working better.
Maybe. He was definitely not throwing deep, and we were seeing him miss opportunities deep. We chalked it up to his credit, to benefit of the doubt, that was not the look, and he was almost like he was picking and choosing and holding something back, which was the deep route, which I think he just wasn't seeing it.
And we also don't know that he can throw the deep route
One interesting
We
thing
don't,
is
because he still hasn't.
He still hasn't really done
made-
it.
it
He's
was
doing one really good one to Satanga. It was like 39.
Well, I think it's luck, though.
it was exciting that he was attacking the middle of the field to start the season. And I don't know if
He's been away from that.
teams have taken it away or he's just gone away from it or what. But
He's very risk averse.
he hasn't been loosey-goosey with the ball the last 2 weeks.
Which is almost like I'd rather him be loosey-goosey to an extent and actually
Yeah, well, I
making
think
the
he's going to
throws.
find that balance.
Yeah, you got to find the balance.
Yeah, which he
He
has.
never has found the balance.
Right.
Not even close. Because even when he was loosey-goosey, he wasn't throwing it downfield.
I also don't know if Arbuckle and him have adjusted to, hey, 6-yard pass is okay.
Right.
I know it's not flashy. I know it's not sexy.
Yeah,
I know we're down right now.
right.
Let's just take that pass.
I think he had a degree of hero ball going on.
Yeah.
And one of it was Satania choosing that inside route on that punt return that was just so ill-advised. And then you got him, instead of taking what's in front of you that gets the first down, I'm going to make the deeper throw. That wouldn't it be great to get 15 or 20 yards on this play? And it's like you need to know the down and distance and what is available, and you take it and you go get that.
Sorry.
What are you allergic to?
No, whatever you're
I
allergic.
think it's the smoke.
Do you need to move? Do you need to change places?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Thanks, Dad.
You get there?
Thanks,
You
Dad.
get there?
I'll get there.
I'm allergic to how he's playing football right now.
I think we all are.
It's it hurts.
Well,
It's me emotional.
let's talk a little bit about the crazy, because a lot of it erupted more so coaching carousel of this past weekend.
And it's not even close to over.
It's not. So you've got LSU obviously going through their turmoil, getting rid of Brian Kelly.
Biggest one yet?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah, definitely. You've got
I mean,
Florida
LSU and
State.
Florida are pretty equal.
They're pretty equal. I think I put Florida in front of LSU as a
See, I
job.
don't.
In terms of like the job?
Yeah.
I would rather have the Florida job.
You might rather have the Florida job only because LSU is insane and will fire a coach a
Yeah,
season and a half after
exactly.
the national championship.
Exactly.
But to win a national championship, I think you can get it done quicker at LSU.
I don't see that. I don't think that's true.
I hasn't shown over the last 20 years.
Nah, I think that's just
I mean, Florida won back
picking
to
and
back.
choosing. Yeah.
That was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
LSU's won 2 in that time frame. They won 3 since 04. Well,
And one of them was a complete
03
joke.
season.
One of
We
them
should have
was
won.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Then the one
Well,
that got in
no. I'm talking about the one
with
in Les Miles.
They got in with 2 losses.
Two losses.
Yeah.
That was the freakiest. That weekend of football that opened it up for them was just ridiculous. Washington State had a role in that one too. Now, I mean, I don't think so. I think they struck gold with
The thing with
under Odron.
LSU is they're the flagship university for that state. And when LSU closes its borders, it closes its borders. In Florida, you're battling everybody. And there's not
Yeah,
very
but high
many
school
people
football's better in
not
Florida.
very many people get
Yeah,
hired out
significantly
weekend.
better.
I mean, Louisiana's probably what, like 7th or 8th in high school football in the country.
Yeah, but they're all going to
and
one.
Florida's 1 or 2.
Yeah, but they're going to one school.
I don't know. I
I
just
mean, fighting Miami for Texas fighting Miami for Florida is tough.
And Georgia.
Florida State.
No,
And
you're
Florida
fighting
State.
everyone.
Sure, I
Clemson,
know.
you're fighting everyone. Us, we go to Florida to get fired. We hardly ever get anybody out of Louisiana.
Yeah, Louisiana's not a major college or high school football state.
They got a lot of great players.
I don't see it being any easier to win at LSU, and everything else when you add it in, it's not as good a job to me. And I don't mean for me personally. I mean from the way I evaluate it, the fact that you are the normalcy.
I mean, you're battling semantics between a top 5 and
Yeah,
top 10.
it's splitting hairs.
Yeah.
Penn State's up there.
Penn State's up there, but
But-
a notch below. Except you're in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
And if you said you want to talk about easier to win, I think that's easier to win than
Yeah.
the SEC. If the Sarkisian rumors are true and Texas opens up, I don't think it's the best job because I think that booster pressure and everything else is weird as can be and difficult. So
Well, in Austin is weird.
Austin is
They-
real weird.
they-
They want to keep it
We want
weird.
to keep it weird.
I mean, you're looking at probably Auburn. And then
Yeah.
they just finished the season out great.
Probably Florida
Arkansas
State.
already
You've got
open.
Arkansas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably Florida State. That alone in any year is enough major openings. And
I mean,
that's,
you're pushing 10
and now you're
openings,
talking
right?
about what openings are there
And you've got
from
strong
those getting
Well, you
filled.
guys aren't even talking about the biggest one going on.
Oklahoma State,
Oklahoma State, baby.
Stanford,
Stanford's open.
I mean,
UCLA,
UCLA.
the West Coast.
There's a bunch
Virginia
of
Tech.
Hey, wait, I'll
Virginia
take a
Tech.
little bit more.
Yep.
And maybe, can you do a scoop in there or can you not do it?
And then you're not the ramifications of who takes those jobs for what opens.
Right. The domino effect
Yeah.
of that. I think that's all of that is a factor. Thank you. It
Because those jobs are probably going to be filled by people that are at either really good programs,
Right.
or up and coming,
Right.
pretty good programs.
and you just
Yeah, it just keeps going and going, which is why
it's wild.
not a good year to your.
Not a good year to be looking. As I wrote this week, I don't think that's a compelling issue, but I think it's an issue that contributes.
Well, not to mention you don't have
You gave it to him,
Yeah,
man.
give it to me.
God.
you don't have an athletic director to hire the head coach.
I think that's a big deal. So you're saddling a one. I don't think that Joe Castiglione is going to have one of his last acts as an athletic director firing Brent Venables.
Yeah,
And then two, unless you get a hire going real fast, that's going to be real awkward to saddle in the cash cow, the program, the part of your job bigger than all the other parts of your job combined times 10 with a new coach that you had nothing to do with. That's
Now,
a
do you think
weird situation.
how much do you think the AD is going to make that choice, and how much is Nagy going to make that choice?
I think the AD is a key component.
I think it's.
I think that you get
90%.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
80. I was about to say 80.
90.
I was about to say 80.
I mean,
80, 10% president,
maybe more.
10% Nagy.
I mean, I think you get a lot of input from key people.
I mean, you're
So-
paying Nagy a bunch of money.
No, I know, but I
He's
think
in charge of roster.
you're gonna get
Your
800
board of
grand.
regents is going to have a lot of say in it.
your board of regents is going to have a say, and that's going to probably potentially eliminate candidates that you might otherwise hire. Nagy is going to be like, help me get the short list together. There might be some other key people, Stevenson
Yeah.
even maybe,
Who
who
would
gives
want-
some key people that, and here are the metrics, almost like they're defining the job description of here's who we want and here's who we don't. The AD is playing a key role there too. Now, who actually hires him? As far as like, I think it's a joint effort between the AD, the president, and the board of regents. Now, the board of regents, for the most part, might be signing off on it,
Yeah, I think they're the sign off.
but I just like big donors, I think they got a lot of sway.
Yeah.
And maybe more
think
sway
they're
than they
only-
deserve.
I think they're only veto people. Like you bring the guy that you want.
Yeah, probably
If
so.
they see some reason.
Yeah, probably so.
morally or
I would hope.
Past-
Yeah,
transgression.
I would hope
like,
it
we
wouldn't
can't
be.
do this guy.
I would hope it because I don't think they're the experts. So
When you
I would
pay
not want them to make the choice.
When you pay someone 800 grand a year to be your GM, they're going to have some major input on
They will.
the coach.
I think they will.
Major.
But I think it's more about here's who we want. I mean, I don't even know. It's maybe not even a meaningful question because they're going to get it narrowed down to a field of 5 just by description of what they want. And then it's going to be a matter of, well, maybe they get in a room and I really like him and you really like the other guy. And so maybe there's some of that. And then it's push comes to shove, who has the ultimate say? I think the AD has the ultimate say.
I agree.
And the president's going to say, you're our athletic director, you make the call. And we don't have one right now because I don't think they're going to make, I mean, I guess they would. I don't know. That's a weird situation for them to put themselves in. If it's still Castiglione and they haven't named the AD and have him pretty established, then Harris probably needs to step in and say, all right, I'm making a call and I'm going to decide who.
And I've been on record saying 8-4 he keeps his job. I think with how everything has turned out around college football with all these firings, I think 7-5 keeps his job. I think if we go 1-3 the next 4,
I think you're probably right.
and I'm not happy about it, but we're in the situation we are because of what's happened around the country.
I don't know if I'm totally unhappy about it. I mean,
And
I'm
with
not
this-
happy with 7-5.
And you could argue with this many major teams looking for new coaches this year, you would think that next year's probably not as crazy
I agree.
at all.
I agree. Oh, totally. Yeah. Definitely.
You're going to see. I mean, that.
I mean,
Think
next year you
about
could have USC. You could have
Maybe
USC
he's done a lot to get himself off the hot seat.
very much like what he was here.
depending on how the rest of the season finishes. I mean,
Oh, true. And that actually, I don't think
they have
that's
two losses right now.
Yeah.
I can't foresee it right now, but it doesn't appear outside of the teams we're talking about. There's not a lot of top 25 teams that are be replacing coaches next year.
Not at this point. If you're,
It would
if
take
you're in
something really
if you're in
weird.
the top 25 at this point, you probably have to lose out, like as a big program, like
To be on the
OU,
hot seat
to
next
be on
year.
the hot seat.
I mean, Sark could go to the NFL next year as opposed to at the end of this year.
Right. Opening
Takes
that
a
up.
job open. Lincoln either gets fired or takes an NFL job. That's always a possibility.
Brent next year could be a thing.
Brent, yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That could,
I mean, you could
you might have those
maybe
three
Dabo.
jobs. Maybe
Maybe
Dabo.
he'd have to slip up. He's done enough to help himself
Maybe
out.
Cristobal.
No.
I don't think so. I think
But
he's in
they're-
pretty good shape.
Yeah, but they haven't done it. They still haven't done anything.
I don't think they're getting rid of him.
Yeah,
I don't
where
think
they
they're
at right
programmed
now?
to get rid of somebody.
They have one loss right now? think they just have
Miami?
one loss, don't they?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm talking about
Michigan-
next year.
I mean, if they
Michigan
go
could open
10-2, he's
I'm
not
talking
on
about
the
next
hot
year,
seat.
though. But we don't know
Michigan
the rest
could
of the
open
year's
up.
vote.
Michigan could open
What
up.
I'm saying is,
Michigan.
if they finish 10, if they have 9-3 this year, right?
Yeah.
And then next year they come in and start doing what Florida State did or LSU started doing, and they start off 3-3
Who are we
next
talking
year.
about?
Yeah.
Miami?
Yeah.
If they start 3-3 next year, they could be like, dude. At one
Yeah,
point in time,
that's
you're a top
possible.
5 team last year. Now we have 6 losses.
Maybe.
in
I don't know
9
if
games.
Miami cares enough about it for that to be possible.
I mean, that's a school that hired Manny Diaz, right?
I mean, that's a school that has, I mean, if
How
the
much
parents
brains do
don't
they
show up, they don't get
Don't
anybody
you
to
even
attend
think
the
of
games.
teams next year?
No,
that
I'm-
could
I
be-
I don't
that could
think
be
there is
looking for
anybody.
people. There's just not a whole bunch of big teams.
No, there's definitely not. Definitely not like this year. I mean, it would be, it's just very, they're 6-1. It'd be very unforeseen
Yeah.
that
Well,
there would be anything like what we're already seeing.
And it'll be interesting to see this year with all these openings. Some of these coaches, I mean, you'll probably see some of these top 25 head coaches right now, some of these smaller schools jump and go to some of these bigger name programs. Like, who is Penn State's next head coach?
Matt Rule.
Matt Rule.
Then Nebraska's
And then
open.
Nebraska's open, which is a big job.
That's a big job.
I mean, it's a domino
That's a big
effect of
job.
weird things. Huh?
That's a
mid
big job. That's not a mid job.
Of all of the schools we're talking about right now, it's the bottom of like
Okay.
it's above
I don't-
OSU,
Which is still a big
but
job.
it's below LSU.
Yeah.
You said it's
below-
above OU?
No,
What'd you say?
I'm
It's
saying
above?
it's,
OSU.
it's a,
Oh,
think-
yeah.
I think
it's
Auburn
below
before
Auburn.
Nebraska.
Yeah, it's below Auburn. It's below Arkansas, maybe. I mean,
I don't know.
That's pretty equal. Arkansas and
No,
Nebraska.
nowhere
I don't know.
close. The support you get at Nebraska versus Arkansas, nowhere close.
I don't know.
The way they feel about football in Nebraska,
Probably.
I don't think that's anywhere close. Now, I'm not
Yeah, but
saying
they've been bad for 10
It's not a
years.
better job.
they have been, but you've got more tools to work with. Like they are still where
They're in tier
if
3.
you look forward and all of a sudden they're in the conversation on a perennial basis, the way that I guess Indiana is, that doesn't surprise me. That surprises me more if Arkansas is.
Well, it may be the year of the mid-major coaches getting promoted as well. I mean, it may be. I mean, you might see
Yeah, you might see a lot of that.
those guys like Signetti and those type of dudes come out of the woodwork, get some big name jobs like Texas State's head coach or UTSA's head coach, stuff like that.
Tulane.
Tulane. Like you're gonna have some guys who have made a decent name at these lower level schools.
What's
I think,
why-
I think Willie Fritz at Houston. I don't know how old he is and how long he's wanting to do it, but he went from Tulane to Houston. And he's got Houston rolling, which I had no doubt he would get Houston going. But I wonder if he's a potential LSU head coach.
Wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, that would be
Regionally, it wouldn't be
totally.
bad.
Yeah,
I mean, I think his
regionally,
next
yeah.
step up is probably like an Arkansas Auburn type job. I don't think
LSU's
think
gonna
he's
get a
been
big name.
a big enough splash for an LSU.
LSU will not accept anything less. I mean,
But
watch James Franklin go to LSU.
but is that a problem?
That is a
Like, is that a problem with
Yeah.
hiring these days?
Like it's a bad yes.
it is.
Totally.
Absolutely is.
There's all kinds of weird biases that are entering in with boosters and fans and
If you're not
everybody
good
who won't
proven
accept.
Power 5 head coach.
Yeah.
Then we don't want anybody else. But anyways, that's a lot. But
Here's what's wild. What's going to happen is Texas State's head coach is going to take the Oklahoma State job. He's going to do great next year. We're going to fire Venables and we're going to take him. He's going to become the next Sooners head coach, and we take all the nice things away from Oklahoma State.
So, like, if you look at teams, like, is Vanderbilt going to dish out the cash to keep their coach? I mean, at this point, you have to look at the fact he might be just a damn good coach.
You have to think he
same with
might.
Georgia Tech coach.
Yeah.
That's the next thing I was going to say, Georgia Tech. And there's another one, Louisville.
Yeah.
Louisville's a guy who's just, like, if you're Auburn, I think you can do a lot worse than the Louisville or Georgia Tech coach right now.
Well, yeah, I think that's true. When you look at that, that's kind of brings to mind for me how many of these programs are just crazy.
But those aren't gonna.
A lot of them.
Yeah,
that's not gonna be exciting. Those aren't exciting hires. Is what my point was.
No.
but I could see Auburn making that hire.
Like LSU in Florida,
They're going to have to
they
be an exciting
make an
fire,
exciting hire. They have to.
or they really got to sell it. Now, Texas A&M, you would have maybe said that about them. They tried one and they completely rebelled, and then without
Now, see,
it's working.
Napier came from, was it Louisiana Tech? Where did Napier come from?
Was he not straight out of
I don't remember.
Bama as a coordinator?
No, he was at,
I don't know.
gosh, where was he?
Look it up.
He may have been a La Tech.
It might have been La Tech. So they took a chance on a mid-major coach.
Yeah.
Didn't
They're-
work out.
They're a
So now
more.
they're not going to. They're not
I mean,
going to
they
go back
hired
to back
Ron Zook
mid-major
from
coach.
Illinois, right?
I don't. Yeah, they've done some strange things.
Yeah.
But then again, you say that you sometimes that's what you get with that, and if you're rational, you say, all right, we don't know enough about this guy. He looks promising. We're giving him the job, and he's got 3 years, and we're gonna find out. And really, everyone should have 3 years.
Because
That's it.
Because there's things that it's human
And
nature to not
Brent's
do.
working on 5.
Like there's things that's human nature that you're not going to do. So Florida's not going to go back to another mid-major as their coach. They just won't. Marcus Freeman seems like a pretty good coach. There's no way LSU goes back to back Notre Dame coaches,
Right.
even though they probably should. They
Right.
won't do it. So that dynamic is.
He's
Oh,
waiting
is
for
it?
Ohio
I
State.
guess the other thing I don't know if that's true. I don't know if I feel that way about it. I
You don't
think
think you want to go back home?
I don't think so. I
I don't
think
know if he ever wants to leave Notre Dame.
yeah, exactly. I don't know why you would leave Notre Dame.
Recruiting.
I don't know.
I don't
The
know.
academic standards to get into Notre Dame is tougher than it is at Ohio State.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know if that matters anymore.
I don't know if it's that different. Ohio State's a pretty good school academically. Big Ten, it's got a reputation. I mean, it maybe at the margin it is, but I don't know. I feel like he's the thing that I could see Marcus Freeman getting to would be, all right, either we're going to have to join a conference or we're going to have to do what it takes to make sure I can win, because otherwise I'm in a weird quandary where you're not setting me up for complete success.
So a lot of the clickbait articles, when it comes to LSU coaching job, they have three big names, and they said that LSU would only get rid of Brian Kelly and pay this money. And these are the first 3 people they have to talk to. He named the 3 major coaches that.
And none of them
The
are
clickbait.
pros, because we haven't even talked about guys from the pros.
No pros.
There's definitely pro guys that should be in the mix that we're
I'll
not
give you
even
a clue.
talking
I'll
about.
give you a clue. The 3 that they mentioned that they have to talk to and get turned down by first aren't
Who-
currently coaching.
Now, who are you saying says this?
No,
Clickbait.
Rumor mill?
Saban,
Urban.
Urban, and Stoops.
for
All
Florida,
3 of those guys
For
are
LSU.
done.
for LSU,
That is dumb, stupid, and no way in hell.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
it's funny.
Yeah.
You do probably have to call, right?
you got to call Saban for sure.
You got to call all 3.
You don't. I don't.
You don't have to call Urban.
You don't have to
He's a
call
piece of
Stoops.
shit.
I don't even think Stoops is aged out.
I think you
Sure.
probably do have to call Urban.
All 3 of those.
I'm not saying-
at LSU. Listen, I don't want LSU to hire any of the 3.
Well,
To be honest with you,
no. I wouldn't either. Although Urban does not scare me as much as the other 2.
whatever. Urban's a damn good coach, whether he cheats or not. It don't matter. He gets players and they win.
He's a proven winner, but he's also a proven cheater to get there, and he's also kind of, I don't know. There's to a degree there's some luck involved in
What
that
if he
too.
took Mike Gundy and Cale Gundy to LSU?
I think you
Why would
you
have
might
2 offensive coaches with you when you're an offensive
Well-
coach?
Cal's going.
I think you might be getting over the hill and overrated. I don't think that'd be a very good combination.
No, and that's the thing too. Is like so many people are.
I actually wouldn't be afraid of that.
We're spending a lot of time on
What
this.
about
but, like,
Arkansas?
But
They
that's
could kill it at Arkansas.
But that's the thing is people are
Yes.
spending way too much
That
time
makes
in
more
this
sense.
past, like this yesteryear of
Yeah,
college football.
yeah.
Like these were dudes who were proven winners, et cetera, et cetera, et
But that's what
cetera.
they
It's like,
do.
I know, but like that game has just been played. I feel like you say you're less scared of Urban than the other 2. I'm less scared of Bob than the other 2. I'm not
Well,
saying Bob can't.
I don't mean,
coach.
yeah, and I started to say I'm not scared. Scared isn't the right word. It would disappoint me
Yeah.
if Bob took the
Yeah.
job. It would scare me if Saban took the job.
It'd scare me if Saban took
And
the
it
job.
would, but not to speak of it. Again, it might surprise
I would
me,
shoulder
and I
shrug if
also,
Saban took the job.
and I think so too. And I think I would look at it as any of them. They're all retired guys.
Okay, this is fun.
Let's not just assume they could step in and win.
This is kind of fun because this is our league now, and this is a team that it seems like we're going to have a rivalry with to a certain degree.
Lane.
LSU. I mean, who do you not want LSU to get?
Oh,
I don't know who the hell's
I don't
out
know
there
who's
to
out there.
get.
I don't know who's out there either.
Like,
Which
I mean,
is
I'm not-
I don't want the I like if it was just to put some familiarity with it, I would not want LSU to go get Lincoln Riley.
right.
They
right.
might.
I don't want Lincoln. I don't want Dan Lanning.
Dan Lanning,
Dan Lanning, yeah.
which I don't think he's going
What
anywhere.
about
I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't know if Lincoln would do it. I mean, Lincoln left because
Lanning
of
may
the
do
SEC.
it though.
I don't know why he
We'd
did.
be better off
maybe
with Lanning.
I could see Lanning do it before
because
Lanning
he
do it
has
before
connections in the South
Lincoln.
and the recruiting at Oregon, regardless of the brand and everything else, it's still in the Pacific Northwest.
And
Lincoln-
you're playing your games in the North also.
I think for the same reason that I thought Lincoln could win in the SEC, I wouldn't want Lincoln there because I think that if you get with the right program, they would make sure you had a good defense.
Figure it
Yeah, they would say,
And you
Lincoln,
would
bring
be-
who you want on offense.
and that'd
we're
be
picking your
scary
defense.
good.
Right.
Because if you look at the metrics, it's very interesting. You look at the most lopsided team that's near the absolute peak and by a margin on offense, and they're absolutely mid on defense. It's USC, and we're the direct opposite. We're the best defense, and we are mid in offense. Put us together, we're the best team in the history of college football, which is
I would rather
Hilarious.
Lane be at LSU than Ole Miss.
Would you rather Lane be
You
at
wanna know
Florida than
why?
Ole
Because
Miss?
you think Ole Miss won't get anybody great.
No, because we have to play Ole Miss every year for the next 4 years. If he goes to LSU, we only got to play him twice out of those 4 years.
so you saying you'd rather Lane go to LSU?
Yes.
Okay.
I
think Lane's a
less
good-
times you'd have to face him,
Yeah.
and he's got Brent's number.
For now.
I don't
Until
think
we
I don't think he's
reshuffle.
an LSU guy.
Lane just
but-
gets it though. Like Lane just understands.
I
what
think Lane
needs
gets
to be
it.
done right.
I think, yeah, I think.
Yeah, I think he really gets it.
Like he is probably your like poster boy, new age college football coach.
Yes.
Understands what needs to be done with NIL. Understands the
Social media.
personality he has to have with boosters, with media, and everything else.
He was
And then
smart ass,
goes
which I
and
like.
freaking shows up on the field and kicks ass and takes names most of the time.
Yeah.
Like all credit to him. He's a dick,
He can be a
But-
jerk.
Like Dan Lanning.
but he gets it. Like
Dan
and he
Lanning-
backs it up. And
Dan
Dan
Lanning
Lanning
at
backs it
LSU
up.
would be worrisome.
That'd be worrisome.
Dan
That would be
Lanning probably anywhere in the SEC, to be honest with you. Anywhere of the mid to upper teams in the SEC would be scary. Dan Lanning at Auburn would be scary.
Who are we missing? I mean, what
Dan
what
Lanning
head
Florida
coach are
was-
we missing on this in this
I
whole
don't know.
picture?
I
It's-
don't know who
I
can
don't
go
either.
where.
It-
Because
are
you
we
like you
destined
have
to see a bunch
Cignetti,
of like who is that?
I mean, Dillingham is a young up and comer from like Arizona State,
Yeah.
but I don't think an LSU or Florida.
well, they're
What about
saying-
Utah?
He's old,
retiring.
though.
He's
No,
done.
I know he's old, but
He's done.
you don't think he has enough time
I
to?
think he was. I
Could
think
he finish something
I
out?
thought this year was going to be his last.
What do
year.
you
I mean, the
think
year before
about
was gonna be his last.
Fickle? We all thought he was really good at Cincinnati. He was a great offensive coordinator or defense coordinator at Ohio State.
I don't know
He was
which
the
one.
DC.
DC at the
DC.
time. So he turned Cincinnati around for the most part. Now they're rolling after he's left. Wisconsin's been a complete bust. Is that because Wisconsin can't get the athletes that the other Big Ten schools get, and B
Yeah.
doesn't really have an alumni base to draw from to pay?
He
What
just
if
seems like
what
a
if
North
a
guy.
Fickle went
He's probably both.
took a bigger time like a Auburn?
Fickle,
I wouldn't like that
So
because I think he can coach.
I think he can coach, but he coached and he won in the mid majors. He goes into the big time and he stinks it up in a very
He's a
parallel
decent
program.
Fickle the
But he
only
was
place,
just DC.
the only place Fickle
So
would
was
have a spot in,
Exactly.
in the SEC.
So you're saying Brent is a damn good coach?
No, I'm saying that maybe you give him players and money at one of these SEC schools, and he could be
He could. I would say he's above average, and he does have the headwind of Wisconsin, which is basically the South Carolina of the Big Ten, who supports their program a lot more than they've ever shown that they
Another sport
deserve.
is probably going to open up to a domino effect.
Yeah, another one, yeah. And so one way or the other.
Wisconsin's probably gonna open too. In fact,
The only place I
Yeah.
could see Fickle, the only place
Yeah.
I could see Fickle in the SEC is at Arkansas.
What about Michigan State?
or Auburn.
Are they going to fire their coach?
Maybe Auburn still feels a little high for.
Yeah.
for
Is Michigan State going to fire their coach?
I don't know.
Does Michigan State care about football anymore?
I don't know if they care. They haven't cared for 45 years.
Who's going to make the mistake that they're going to get the next Cignetti? And I mean, to come from James Madison to do what he's doing is just absurd.
It'll be like a South Carolina.
So that is someone that you'd look for, like in a South Florida guy. I don't follow the Texas state enough to say, but if you could get the coach and he brings all his assistants and he brings players, you plug and play, and all of a sudden you're winning. That's a big combination if you can get that. And so I think that's more of what you really
That's the
should be
model.
looking
That's
for.
the model now.
Like that's the ideal of what you should get.
But
try to
James
get.
Madison players shouldn't even have been able to roll right into the Big Ten and do what they do.
And they didn't in the first year, but they did enough. And then
Made
like
the playoff.
they when they played, but I'm saying when they
They
played
won
good
the
teams,
last year, didn't
they got
No, they went like 11-1.
They went to the Big Ten title
they
game.
played everybody
Didn't they?
they played sucked except the teams that were good that they got destroyed. And it was either 10-2 or 11-1.
They did get mauled.
They got destroyed by Ohio State.
Who
When
they
Ohio
play-
State wasn't
Who
rolling.
they playing?
But they won that
Notre
championship.
Dame. Notre Dame.
Notre Dame rolled them up. Yeah, like it was
Yeah,
easy.
but Ohio State won the national championship.
Yeah, and
So you say they weren't rolling, but they did win the national championship.
well, they weren't rolling at the time. Michigan showed that like 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying they come in their first year with those players and I think they were well coached. I think they were surprisingly good players that could beat up on the weakness that is most of the Big
What? Who
Ten.
did they play this year? Oregon.
They haven't played a lot.
They played Oregon.
They did
at
play
Oregon.
Oregon at Oregon
And they
and
won.
won.
That's impressive.
That is impressive. They've
Outside of
they've
that-
won in an impressive way, but let's wait and see,
Right.
right? And so
Big Ten championship will be the
that'll be the real
Real
test.
test.
That's the next test for them.
Well, let's get back to OU football.
Who
who do we play this week?
we
Tennessee.
played Tennessee.
Josh Heupel.
So Brent matches up really nicely against Josh.
Except we
He's
lost
very
him on the field
familiar.
last year.
Not by defense. Not by defense. In fact, by offense, under the leadership of a guy who, where's he coach now? He coaches at Tennessee. He's in the booth
He's an
looking as
analyst.
dumb as can be. It doesn't matter. He's there spewing his poison, telling them to run.
Kevin
sweeps.
Wilson would be a game changer coming to OU. That's essentially the role what Seth Petrol's got at Tennessee.
You're right. Both of them are not game changers.
Steph's in the booth and Kevin's on the sideline.
And so I don't know.
Tennessee has a better quarterback this year than they did last year.
Tennessee has got a really good quarterback.
Joey Aguilar is no joke.
That's impressive.
Yeah, this is a better offense than Ole Miss.
Is it better than Ole Miss?
Yeah.
Is it better than?
better play calling than Ole Miss?
Is it better? Yeah, I don't know if it's better play calling. I don't know if it's better. I don't even know if it's better on an average day. And
It is
Ole Miss
basically.
played a not average day. Yeah, I don't know how much credence I put in that compared to what Ole Miss is. I think Ole Miss is a really good offense and well coached.
I think you're just a good team.
Tennessee is a very good offense
I
too.
did see Tennessee's record against Power Four teams, and those teams' conference games, they're 1-7. So Tennessee hasn't beaten a great team this season.
No, and the benefactor. I mean that stadium.
They should have beat Georgia.
They
Was it
should
Georgia.
have beat. They should have beat
They
Georgia.
should have beat Georgia.
That went to overtime at Neyland.
They blew a lead.
They blew a lead. Who knows how good Georgia is? I mean, they're in the driver's seat, but at the same time, who knows? But that stadium, I mean, it's a pure night game. They're blacking out the stadium.
They are going to be
Yeah, I think that-
really.
It's Halloween.
Really?
Give us Halloween weekend.
Give us Ole Miss at 11 a.m. and then make us go at Tennessee.
Yeah, it's Halloween weekend.
Total.
I mean, it is going to
Setup.
be pandemonium. I wish I was there. I think that's going to be an environment to, I think it's going to be incredible. From TV, it's going to be incredible. But overall, I mean, push comes to shove, I feel like this is the game that OU fans are like, if we're going to win one of the two on the road against Tennessee or Alabama, OU fans are picking this game.
I think if we can win this game, we're back on schedule.
You're on the French.
We're on schedule.
I think so too. To follow up on what we were discussing, in offensive efficiency, Tennessee is ranked 9th in the country. Mississippi is ranked 13th. So, looking similar but looking better at Tennessee. I still just don't know. When you
Tennessee's
factor in,
defense is worse than Ole Miss.
and what I was getting at was,
Yeah.
Ole Miss played a
Really?
really, really good game against us. Yeah,
Stat-wise.
yeah, stat wise, way, way worse. I'll tell you that in a second. But Ole Miss,
Yeah, but we talked about Ole Miss being like 99 or whatever, and
We didn't do shit.
Ole Miss
we didn't do
played
anything against
Which we didn't run because we're dumb.
right.
right. Offensively,
third
Ole
quarter.
Miss played a nearly perfect game against us, or as good as you can expect to play. Defensively speaking, Tennessee is ranked 30th in defensive efficiency.
That's got to be way higher than Ole Miss.
Oh, yeah, it is. 62 for Ole Miss. So
So it's overall just a better football team.
Maybe it was rushing
according to
defense,
ESPN,
then.
if overall efficiency, if you for what stock you might put in
I might have
that.
been looking at rushing defense.
You were probably looking at rushing defense. I think they were worse. No, they're not in rushing defense. In passing defense, they were worse.
Yeah, their secondaries.
Mississippi's horrible in rushing defense. Was well, we rushed the ball against them for a quarter and a half. It's one more that's just line them up. It's tough.
It's a good matchup. I
It's
mean,
a good matchup.
theoretically, it's a good matchup. It's going to come down to, are we going to put our players in the right spots to make plays? And then once we do that, are we going to actually go and make the play?
We're a 3-point dog, opened at 3.5. So
That's a good line.
that's interesting.
That's
That's
a
a
good
pretty good line.
I mean, on the road with our record, I think two very seemingly comparable teams in the SEC. I trust Joey Aguilar more than I trust John Mateer. I will say that.
Yeah,
Oh,
my biggest,
absolutely.
And
At
my
this
biggest
point,
concern, my biggest concern is our secondary in the middle of our defense. Like
yeah, my biggest concern
can't
is
get
one,
off the
our
field.
offense, and two, Tennessee does hit bombs.
Yeah.
They hit deep balls,
and we're gonna
Every-
have
and we
to
expose
make
ourselves
plays.
to those.
yeah.
We're
gonna have to get in the backfield.
Yeah.
Well, we put guys on islands, and so
Well, and that's one thing we'll see how what Josh does with it. But that's one thing Lane did incredibly well last weekend is he does so much stuff getting the ball out quick in the short game and getting receivers the ball with between 0 and 5 yards and letting them make plays. And then he goes and hits the bomb in the fourth quarter to go and put the game away pretty much.
Except against Georgia.
Just sets it up, right?
Well, and he missed, that tight end definitely had a touchdown on it.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see. Like
call
it's almost like with Brent's defensives, it's if there's not pressure, if the play extends beyond like 3.5 or 4 seconds, the secondary breaks down.
right.
It's
You can say that about a lot of teams.
you can because you're gonna have playing against talented
I know what you
receivers.
mean.
and talented
Like
offense.
The
But like
the fundamentals of the design of the defensive play
Right.
is for
There's
them.
a guy
Yeah,
running
yeah.
open
right.
Yeah.
And-
for 7.
yeah,
We're
it's
taking
like-
that gamble, and I love it. I love it that he takes a gamble and says, "All right, we're gambling on this because we're going to make a play here."
Yeah, but if it holds, you're right. If it holds or they ad lib, because Texas did the same thing.
Mhm.
Arch didn't kill us from the pocket on just precise passes.
No.
He bought time and then found something.
Made plays, yeah.
Yeah.
And made throws. And that's the thing. You play against OU, you're gonna make throws. That's always what happens. Your
Yeah.
quarterback is gonna be uber accurate. You're
That-
gonna have a great day.
That is the kind of thing that is just.
It's very
I would love to go
frustrating.
back and look at the stats because I swear the statistics would bear this out that when you're playing against Oklahoma, everything goes up. Your pass completion goes up. The plays that got to be there are there.
Mhm.
It is phenomenal. It'd be an interesting trivia question if you look it up, but we don't have that. But we do have a trivia question this week. Connor, what do you got for trivia?
All right, so we are opening up our November play. November is usually a month that we used to thrive on. It was a
Championship November?
championship November, right? So went and thought it'd be interesting what our winning percentage or record is in the month of November between 2000 and 2024. And I'll give you one more piece of information. We have played 72 games in the month of November since 2000.
72 games played in the month of November.
I'm going to say
In
we
25
have a
seasons.
72%.
Well, you have the record though.
I have the record.
So,
Or 0.720.
but he's not doing the percentages.
Oh, yeah,
I got the sure.
Oh, you have that too.
I'll
What's the
say
question then if it's not percentages?
Oh,
wins
okay.
and percentage.
You can give me percentage or record.
Oh, okay.
Record would be better.
Okay.
So out of 72 games, what is
Okay.
our record?
I'll say it is.
We'll say 58.
I was going to say 60. I'll say 60 and 12. You say
I say
58, 14?
58.
I don't know the percentage of that. I was just thinking 72% of 72.
Well, that's about 20 off of that, 19 off of that.
Yeah.
So you're at
72,
53.
52.
54. No, yeah,
54.
you're at 52. Yeah.
52. I'll go with 54.
All right. We are 61. Good job, Steve. 61 and 11.
Wow.
So from 2000 to 2009, we were 34 and 4. 2010 to 2019, 88.9%, 24 and 3. 2020 to 2024, we are 3 and 4.
Wow.
So Brent's got something to prove.
Got some getting better to do.
I do miss championship November. I was a thing, especially I mean, it was funny back in the Lincoln Riley days. That's one thing you grasped onto. It's like if we can get to November,
Yeah.
we can get to
Do you know
November.
why though? Because he always would have these stupid upsets in September and October that put us behind the 8 ball where we had to win.
Yeah, exactly.
You go back to the beginning of that era and you had what was just again OU playing in the toughest league that has existed until now with the SEC, and I mean this year, not the last 5 years, not the last 10 years, but the Big 12 back in the early 2000s, and yet we were able to just win and win
Yeah.
and win and win and win, which was awesome under Bob and awesome all around, and just kind of spoiled us.
I didn't do the full. They both may be out.
Are they both out? I'm gonna have to stick it in that big fire. So that's a good stat. That's a definitely a really good trivia question, Connor. Thanks. Well, let's get into some more predictions. And while for the most part, I would say we were a lock back in the month of November for so long, and hopefully we get back there. That introduces a time to talk about the locks of the week.
The realist deal, locks of the week.
So let's update us on the stats. The locks of the week last week.
I'd rather not.
I'm sorry, we got to. We absolutely have to. Connor was 0 donut, goose egg, and 3. Very ugly, and not by much, just by enough. Every time. That sucks.
Yeah.
Lucas,
Good bummer.
1 and 2. Jay, 1 and 2. Listener, 1 and 2. Me, Steve, 2 and 1. By a backdoor cover, Michigan State scoring a touchdown in the closing meaningless minutes against Michigan with backups in and a backup quarterback for Michigan State. They go down and get a touchdown to rob me of the 3-0.
That's like 2 weeks in a row because Michigan did that to me the week before, or the week
It's
before
like
that.
they got something against us, you know? It's pathetic.
We beat them and they're all pissy about it.
Well, for the season, I'm 13 and 14. I'm still underwater. Connor is 10, 16 and 1.
Kill me.
Lucas is 15 and 12. Jay, 16 and 11.
Man, not very good.
You're doing good, Jay. We're 54, 53 and 1 as a team. That's positive. That's positive.
I
Hey,
am bringing that down so hard. I apologize.
We are not by much, just by 6 big losses.
Well, thankfully you got that push that 1 week, or we'd be 54 and 54.
The list, well, no, or we'd be 55 and 53.
Yeah.
So the listener is 9 and 18. So
we're far superior than the listener.
Yep.
we are. Let's see if
I'm
the
just
listener can get
superior.
better. You are,
Not far. Just.
yeah, you're just
there.
but you are there. Well, who's our listener this week?
All right, we've got our loyal listener, Alex.
All right, Alex. Shout out to Alex.
Shout out, Alex.
All right, and Alex is big on the line, so we'll see what
What do you got, Alex?
he's got. Vandy
All right.
getting 2.5 against Texas. He's got Georgia giving 7.5 against Florida. And he has University of Southern California giving 6.5 against whomever they play. Who do they play? They play
No.
UFC.
Gosh, I just
Florida?
no.
no.
Oh, it's tip of my tongue.
It's not on the sheet.
Nebraska.
Nebraska. Yeah. Nebraska.
At Nebraska.
That's the only one I don't like.
I would agree.
And why is that not on our sheet this week?
It's not one of our top 50.
Mm.
Neither team is. Right, we too. We are
Uh,
awful with USC. We're like 0 and 4. with USC this year.
Well, you're a big factor in that over the last couple of years.
I have not picked
Always
them
betting
once.
against them.
I was positive.
Always betting against
The
them.
year you're talking about, I was positive, and
We're
I
talking
have
about.
not
I
picked
won the
them.
breakfast bet on them. They went 10-2 or
Yes,
whatever that
yes,
first
you
year.
you big Trojan, you won.
Whoa,
Whoa,
whoa.
He's a medium-sized
big
Trojan.
Trojan.
I'll carry it forward since I'm already talking. I've got Vandy also.
No, read your picks, not Alex's.
Yep, same pick. Vandy getting 2.5 against Texas. We don't even know if Arch is playing in this game.
But don't.
Mm-mm. He
So-
doesn't know either.
He doesn't know. He's
You don't know where he
It's
is.
just scary because watch Texas be better.
Yeah, no kidding.
No, seriously.
And there's the controversy. That kid came in and just scored a touchdown like it was no big deal.
He did, and it was a dime of a throw. I've got Liberty giving 3 against Delaware.
Liberty, don't.
Service pick.
Give me a break.
Thank you. Give him some crap like he gave me crap. I
Who you got
support
next?
that.
Louisiana Tech against BFE.
I've got Mount St. Mary's giving 3. No, I'm just kidding. I've got Georgia Tech giving 5.5 against 5.5 against NC State.
Okay, all right. All right, well let's proceed with worst to best. So I'll go next. We've got Michigan giving 20.5 to Purdue. I don't like Purdue. And I'm going back to that well with Michigan. Let's see if we can make it.
If they can screw us in the back door.
Yeah,
cover.
God, don't do it. Kansas, 24.5 to Oklahoma State. That
That should just
You're
be a
going
default pick. It should be a default
big
pick every
spread.
week. But Oklahoma State, I think, has successfully allowed the other team to cover every week
time.
since Mike Gundy got
I
fired.
think that's how they're making their money. They're making huge bets against themselves, and they're trying to get enough money to buy the next
I mean, it
head
was
coach.
30.5 last week, and they literally didn't score. Lost 42-0.
Which is, I'm pretty sure, is similar to what I predicted it to be.
And then I've got, all right, this might be in your realm. Troy giving 7.5 to Arkansas State.
Hell yeah.
Lucas, what do you got? If you're cold over here, no,
I've
you
got
can get me that fire.
Houston minus 13.5 against West Virginia.
13.5.
Yep. I have UNLV minus 3.5 to New Mexico.
You say 3 or 2?
3.5.
I like them.
I like it at
And
2.5.
I have Arizona going into Colorado, who's in complete disarray.
Yes, they are.
They are.
Minus four,
another opening
Oh.
movie.
Also like
Another
that.
how much?
4.5. Arizona on the road minus 4.5.
That's what Auburn needs to do.
That quarterback.
Auburn
You
needs
see
to
the
get
clip
crazy.
of him
Go
getting
get-
the play call last week and him just being like a what the hell? He could not believe that he had to go tell his team what the play was.
Who?
The Colorado quarterback.
Oh,
Like he could not believe what the play call was. It was so bad.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
He looks at the sideline and he just like after the play call, and then he looks at his guys, he starts telling them, and he's just like throwing his hands up in the air. Can't believe they're calling this shit. This is the play.
You should have just checked out of it.
Oh,
So
Colorado
that's funny.
sucks.
They do suck. I mean,
Would Florida State take Dion?
No.
no,
It's
see him over one.
that would be a bad
you can't
decision.
take Dion.
No, that'd be a double bad
The
decision.
Dion experiment, I think, is a failure.
Yep.
Clearly a failure.
I'm in Colorado.
I mean,
No, but
Colorado,
like, it-
they-
no, but
Be a
it's-
failure in Florida State.
It's not Dion where he's at. It's Dion
It's
as
Dion. Yeah.
And
It's
Dion is
We
never
think
going to
that.
not be
Or do the
Dion.
kids think?
well, they did get to retire a couple of numbers since Dion. Man,
They have. Is
They're the most mediocre quarterbacks in their history.
Dion
Yep.
facilitated a Heisman.
he did.
So I think that you don't touch that with a 10-foot pole
No.
for all the reasons. Like he
But he
is,
doesn't even have all of his toes.
he's
It
toxic.
doesn't have all his toes.
He doesn't have all the
Oh, I want my
toes.
head coach to have all his toes.
He introduces this weird ambiance that is a distraction.
It's bigger than the program.
If he happens to win good enough, then you're tearing your fan base apart because the olds are some of them are gonna say I remember when he was great here. Others are gonna say I reject everything about his image. I just think
I want to see him go to Florida State because I want
Bad
to see
round.
Danny Cannell's reaction.
that would be awesome. That
I
would
want
be
to see him
hilarious.
and Danny Cannell fight in a boxing ring
That would be pretty humorous.
with their feet.
Locks of the week for Lucas. What do you got? No, wait, for Jay. What do you got? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna take Tulane minus 3.5 against UTSA.
That's close to a service pick.
No, Tulane's good.
We played Tulane a couple times. So.
Louisville minus
Three.
9.5.
Louisville.
Not 9.5.
Louisville.
Louisville.
Over here.
Nope.
Louisville.
I think
Minus
it's
9.5.
9.5. You got a point.
Yeah, I looked on ESPN.
Don't say Louisville. Those people, they will cut
First
your
Virginia
throat.
Tech.
They might too.
And
Rednecks.
I'm
There's
also
future.
going to take Georgia minus 7.5 against Florida.
I like that.
I just don't see how Florida.
I like the pick.
I almost locked that.
I almost did too, but
Mhm.
it's a rivalry. I couldn't do it.
It's tough with the rivalry. You've
They
got
might blow them out of the water. Though.
it's I don't know. It's tough. Who's the interim coach there?
Don't know.
Who knows?
The quarterback.
That might be a problem.
What's his face?
It might be a problem.
Lagway. Lagway's just running things.
Or Lagway.
I went against two teams that are coachless.
Well, that's interesting.
Part of mine.
The coachless picks. Well, do you have a prop bet for us, Connor?
I do.
All right.
It's not over under. It's a this or that.
Okay.
Big storyline last week. Talked about it at the beginning of the podcast. Robinson not getting touches when we clearly think he should have been getting touches in the second half. Blaylock's been consistent. Blaylock didn't have it going last week, but we've seen good flashes, good running back. Who gets more rushing attempts on Saturday, Blaylock or Robinson?
I'm gonna go Robinson.
I think you'd have to. I
But
think he will.
DeMarco's horrible at his job.
I think he will just because you'll start him.
You think Robinson will start?
I think you'll start him, and if he doesn't have a hot hand, then maybe.
Which, like, if I'm any running back, and maybe we'll get through, I'm also going to go with Robinson as well.
I think Blaylock starts.
I think Blaylock starts.
Yep.
So, but that, and Steve, you can make your pick.
I say Robinson.
Robinson. So
Did
Robinson,
you say Robinson?
Yep.
Unanimous Robinson. So it goes back to, again, the criticism of DeMarco. You go back 3 weeks, Robinson's not touching the field, and he comes out and he's your best running back, potentially your starting running back. I know you said Blaylock, Lucas. Wouldn't surprise me if it was Blaylock, but you come back and Robinson's your most effective running back in game 8, 9, game 9.
How many times have we
He
seen
was
this?
last year.
Same thing.
Same thing.
So, but that's my point. It's
Every
just a
time.
massive, massive indictment on DeMarco Murray,
It is.
and he needs to go. Plain
So
and simple. DeMarco needs to go.
So here's a question. As we look at all the coaches and the assistant coaches in particular, who is your number one? I want to see him go, expect to see him go.
Want and expect.
Either one or both. They
Want
don't have to be the same person.
want Biedenbow.
Ooh,
We need to cleanse it.
We might have to.
We have to cleanse it.
I'm not there yet. I think want is
And
It-
DeMarco's right there.
DeMarco's the want because it's too important of a position.
Joe John's also right
Joe
there.
John's the expect.
Those three are, yeah.
I'm not there
Joe
with
John's the
Beanbo
expect.
yet, but it is getting. I'm not going to lose any sleep if they decide to make a change. I'm not going to also get too upset if they evaluate it and say he's not. What bothered me about last year was nobody lost their job. And so that makes me think they're not even looking at it. If they
It's lazy.
get rid of
Well, wasn't Nagy
one or
either.
two of those guys,
You gotta wonder what.
I
Nagy
know
did.
that's true. If they get rid of one of those two guys and keep Biedenbow, I think they're making rational decisions and they're looking at it saying, no, he's not the problem.
I don't know that Emmett Jones isn't on the block.
I don't know.
I don't
how-
want him to go, but he probably
I just
is
don't know how you.
questionable.
I don't know how you could though. Like I'm not saying he shouldn't be necessarily on the block, but how high he is on that block.
What's a receiver that
What
is
quarterback?
dynamic?
What quarterback have we had to throw to show if a receiver's dynamic? We haven't.
I don't know.
Satania's dynamic.
Receivers don't bother me.
Satania's dynamic.
I think
our receivers are.
I think we're
solid.
fine at receiver. I think we're strong
I
at
really think
receiver.
we're
That's
decent.
something
You don't
the-
think so?
I think outside Satania, everybody's been a disappointment.
Okay, but
But
who?
they're not getting the ball.
they're not
Who-
getting the
who-
ball.
who are-
Lewis was good until we ran him
Yeah,
into a
Lewis
wall.
was good.
Okay, and who? Where did all those people come from?
Other players.
Transfers.
All of them.
Where's
All of them.
where's
No,
Jacob
I get it. Yeah. Where's the development? Where's the
Where's
recruiting and the
Why have they not
development?
turned Jacob Jordan into Drake Stoops?
Because they'll do the same thing they did with Robinson. He'll probably come out this week and have 8 catches and lead the team.
Oh, also, we haven't talked about it. Injury report came out.
Oh yeah, what do you got?
It's not good. Just
What's different?
Blaylock on it.
just freaking.
Robinson on it?
No, thankfully those two are not. Out is the usual suspects: Troy Everett, Jacob Sexton, Jake Taylor. Doubtful is Lewis and Derek Simmons again. Questionable Barnes, Tatum, Gentry Williams, Kobe McKenzie, Logan Howland.
Hmm.
So you might have another Foje experience this weekend.
You probably have to. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Kobe linebacker,
Yeah,
it's not ideal, but
He's
you
doubtful?
want him in there.
And that's it?
He's
That-
questionable.
He's questionable.
He pulled, I want to say his quad maybe,
Or groin.
because I
Yeah.
saw him going off the field early, and that's why
Yeah.
Heineke was in there.
Gentry you want to have. So I bet you don't have him. Barnes you don't need. Tatum you don't need.
You need Gentry against a passing team.
You
like
need
this.
Gentry.
It's gonna hurt.
What is
So the backup corners have been good.
what is the smallest injury report we've ever had?
Oh, gosh.
7 guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And Ole
insane.
Miss had 0 last week.
What's Tennessee got?
4. They've got a DB out, a wide receiver out, another DB out, and then they have a linebacker that is questionable.
So
I believe it's their starting DB.
that gets me back
Ricky
to
Gibson or
a criticism of Venables, which is decision making about, and this is also strength and conditioning. What are they doing that is working guys too hard that our injury list is always, always, always deeper than anybody else we see?
Or are we just more honest with it?
Could be that.
I don't.
We saw
I
a
don't-
coach get chastised. Who was it? Was it Kirby? Who was it that
that
got penalized?
that they brought into the game.
Anyway, somebody got that this past week. Maybe we're more honest. I don't know. I feel like we are running around. I think you have to increase that one all the way to have a chance. I think we are hitting too hard in practice here deep in the season, and maybe with a combination of that and whatever we're doing with strength and conditioning, that is just putting us in a position to be injured.
It's just one side of the football.
Well, for the most part, except for Kobe
if
McKenzie
you're
and
getting
Gentry.
your
Yes.
starting right,
But that may be what's bad about it. You can't do that to offense.
your starting right tackle is getting concussed in practice and is out for 2 weeks. You're doing something wrong.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's something wrong with that.
yeah,
I don't know if I brought it
for
up.
2 weeks.
it's baffling.
I don't know if I brought it
Well,
up with
it's-
you
we
guys.
Stupid concussion.
Yeah, that could be that still. I don't know. I thought we're done with that, but I don't know if I brought it up to you guys, but we laughed at obviously the Minnie Wiley stuff. We laughed at when they were out at USC and we saw the practice and they were doing like little bunny hops
Pilates.
and stuff in the offensive linemen are running and hopping and skipping. Those guys are tearing up offense yet again. So maybe there's some different regimen that needs to happen with offensive guys, that it's not the same thing that you do with defensive guys.
It's a balance.
That because I don't know the USC injury report, right? I don't know what maybe they've got just as many and I'm completely wrong here. But their offensive production and their ability to block, you would think, is really, really good to get that offensive production. It's off the charts. And I know you're talking about a different offensive coordinator, maybe the best in the business, but still it's not always about who can be the most physical and who can be the most mean and tough down in the trenches on Monday morning.
Well, and you have it on both sides, right? Like, or on both ends of the spectrum with offense. Like Benny Wiley, we were never, or in Lincoln Riley offenses, there was never a huge concern about who's going to be able to play this week. Like we
It
had
was never an issue.
had a couple of big injuries like late in the season with Hollywood and
It was a broken foot.
I don't even know who else. Like it was never really a big deal.
Uh-uh.
And then you flip it and you get Schmitty, who incredible motivator, incredible guy to build strength. But in terms of what the regimen is, to your point, Steve, and like, man, if I can't even trust us going into like everyone's healthy coming out of the game, I can't trust us to go into practice and have people be healthy during the week. Wild.
Because it used to be if you survive the game,
You're good next
you're
week.
good next week.
Absolutely.
There's no doubt about it. And it doesn't look like they're good next
Right.
week.
Now USC is also still too finesse and not tough enough either.
Yeah, well, but it's about
Yeah,
not
that's
on
what I'm saying.
offense.
There's some meeting in the
But
middle.
offense are not tough.
I guess they're getting it done. I don't think they're losing the game on
Well,
offense.
points.
They're scoring points. They're getting production. Their offense is great.
Okay, so maybe the Pilates works for your
Offense and not
for
defense. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
But you need dogs on the offensive line.
And we had dogs
Yeah,
with Pilates.
right. With whatever they were doing, we had it. So I don't know.
I don't know. And with Beanbo.
And it's schematic
but-
as well.
But in all fairness, because we talked about this years ago, those early offensive lines for Lincoln were Smitty built
That's true
already.
to a large degree.
They all
That's
at
true.
least had 2 years of Smitty.
Right. Maybe that's what you need. And then lay off.
And
In a completely different
Yeah.
practice regime. I don't know.
as freshmen and sophomores, you put them in Smitty and
To
they
get them
juniors
strong,
seniors as
and then
Pilates.
let them do their thing. I don't know. I don't know what
Once
the
you're
mix
healthy,
is.
once you're starting, stay healthy.
Stay
I
healthy.
mean, honestly, once you're starting, stay healthy.
That's really the key, right? Yeah, I mean, you're not going to put on strength in the middle of the season. You're going to stay healthy. That's your strength. I don't know. Something's got to change. Well, we got the big game coming up. The Sooners, I think, really need to win two of the next four, preferably three of the next four. And I think everything's in the cards. They could lose all four. They could win all four in any combination. What do we think is going to happen in this game? What's our score predictions? Who wants to lead us off?
Okay.
Jay.
34-30 Tennessee.
I'll go next. You're close. You're off by a point in each case, and then reversed. It's 35-31 Sooners.
Me,
Yeah.
35-27 Tennessee.
27-35, I would call that. Connor?
21-31 Tennessee.
21-31. That's rough.
Hooper is so wrong.
I'd love to be wrong.
I almost went Ole Miss last week. I was the whole time up until the pick. I was going to pick them.
I had the score last week, 27-24, I think, and it was coin toss between who I was picking to win, and I homered it up like an idiot.
Yep, that's what I did too. I did.
I've never ever picked OU to lose 2 weeks in a row.
I don't know if you've ever picked OU to lose.
I think maybe one time.
Maybe yeah, probably back
one
there you did.
time.
Yeah.
And I truly believe.
And
Maybe
I don't,
last
but
season.
even with the scoreline, Nolan brought up a great point at dinner. You could see it going either way.
Yeah.
Like, and Steve, you said it as well. We could go score 40-something points
If
in this
the
game.
offense clicked,
Yes.
we could win this
If
game.
it just clicked.
And I don't think it's
Oh,
clicked.
if
I
it
don't-
clicks, we could blow them out.
If it clicks, we actually are a contender. Like,
Yeah,
if
all
it,
the way.
if it clicks and it works, it's like we could actually go win out and do something.
It's like if you were playing the game, you're playing Madden or whatever, and if you realize the button that throws the ball deep, you're like, wow, I'm undefeated. They can't beat me.
At what point does this defense feel like the Lincoln offense when they're sick and tired of having to do everything on the field because the other half isn't doing
It's already there.
I think
Like
it's
last season.
I think last season it was there. I think that to a degree it's probably creeping in. I don't know if it's creeping in as much right now, but they got to be pretty frustrated.
No, because we're better on offense.
We're
than last
better
year.
than last year, yeah.
They're not
I
going
mean-
to carry it nearly as bad as last year. Last year's defense is shocking that they were still giving the effort they were giving
Right.
late into the
All the
season.
way to the end.
more nominal than what we thought it'd be, though.
Yeah.
At what point, if we lose this game 35-27, like I thought, at what point does the defense just like, I'm tired of this crap. I'm not gonna say they're not gonna give their all,
No,
but
I know what you're
that
saying.
little bit of extra effort, they're just like, screw this.
Yeah, but honestly, though, you score 27 points in this league, you should win the game.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I look back a little bit last week. I'm not saying the offense was incredible or good even by any means, but they did quite a bit to get where we needed to be to win the game.
When they took the lead.
Yeah, they take the lead and
Well, they scored
We-
24 points.
24. You need more than 24 points.
They scored 26 minus 2.
We haven't scored 30 in the SEC
Yeah.
since we joined.
So
And every SEC team has scored 30 against Tennessee this year.
that's another key
good little
metric basically
marker.
is can you do what everybody else has done? And if not, that maybe is one more flag for
Yep.
sure.
Don't say the word flag.
Yeah,
It's not been in our favor.
Ah. So one other thing that hasn't been in our favor, let's close with this. Turnovers. This season completely changes at this point if turnover margin is just reasonable. And if it reverses from here on out, it could cover up whatever concerns we might have. We could win every game if we get a 3-point or 3 turnover margin.
It still speaks. I
In
mean,
fact, I think we will, even if we get a
It
net
just
2.
doesn't. It just doesn't appear so.
but it speaks loudly against.
But you don't think it won't?
I
Like,
mean, the universe. I don't think the universe.
I don't know if I don't think our secondary is good enough to do it.
But it's not even that. There's just not. We batted down 3 or 4 balls last week. They didn't go anywhere to anybody.
Yeah.
It's just not bouncing.
one of them got close. Yeah, it's just not bouncing our way. But you don't. I mean, that.
Yeah, you had a.
It's not like
you had a
we're.
defensive end Okoye out there.
Yeah.
In coverage.
No, but you had.
And was close to.
You also had
intercepting
16 tackles for loss on a wet field and no ball squared up.
Which
I mean,
is
how many times
obviously
our
just
baseline
crazy.
just nailed somebody from behind, and he's swiping for it, and it's just not happening. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
So
And there's no errant throws.
But again,
we're
it's like,
in positions to do it.
It's like we talked about though with the quarterback stuff. Every quarterback is going to have their best, most accurate day.
Yeah, has anyone
And every offense is not going to turn the freaking
has
ball
any
over.
quarterback this season for the other team just thrown a ball that you're just like,
The only one
oh
is
my
the only
gosh,
one
this
is
What were you
good
looking
there.
at?
Jackson Arnold throwing it to Peyton Bowen would be my only.
But he broke
He
on that
jumped the
one.
route,
He
yeah.
jumped the route.
I know, but like he didn't read the safety.
But when you turn on games all weekend long, there's quarterbacks just throwing it like, what are you doing?
Yeah. How did you
Yeah.
not see that guy
Yeah,
right there?
Like, yeah, you just threw it right
There's
into somebody.
Kind of like Mateer did
Into
against
their
Texas,
face.
and he dropped it. Yeah.
Like the Mississippi State guy 2 weeks ago threw an interception when they had a field goal to win the game, and he throws an interception from like the 35 or something
Mhm.
to end the game. Was that Mississippi State, Florida? I think at the Swamp.
Mm.
And you're like, dude, what are you doing? All you have to do is just throw that ball away, and you set yourself up for a field goal.
Carson Beck threw 5 picks
Yes.
in one game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Black
Was
Boy
it?
threw 5 picks in one fucking quarter. Excuse the language. 1 quarter.
We even had 5 touch our hands.
Yeah. It's rough.
It's rough. It's really rough, but we'll see. If we can just get the football to bounce our way, it could cover up a lot of what's going on.
We're on the wrong side of the razor's edge.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we are right there,
Every time.
and it's
Time and again.
it sounds so Lincoln Riley, but
We're
are
close.
freaking close.
We're close.
So
We
you got
were -1 last week.
at some point we got to
And
get
it
over
was
the hump.
massive.
Yeah, the -1 was huge, and then it lost us the game.
Yep.
We
And
Took away our chance of winning.
Took away our chance of winning. You're almost in plus territory and you turn the ball
Yeah.
over.
and going with
Give it right back.
with a chance to go in and take the lead.
Yeah.
So it's
frustrating.
ugly. It's frustrating. If we can get that to go our way, we may just be really happy people. Either way, we'll be back on the post game to talk about it.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Boo.
Don't get too scared. It's going to be okay. Boomer.
Sooner.